Welcome back, everyone. This is the Game One Loves Forever, the golf podcast. And I am here today with my good buddy, Bryan. Bryan, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. You know, we've played quite a bit together, the last 3 years or so?
3 or 4.
So I feel like I know your game pretty well. But I do not know how you started golf, so kind of
So I
taking
feel
that journey.
like I started golf, grew up in South Lake Tahoe, and
Oh, that's right.
honestly, I feel like my dad just didn't have anywhere to put me
Yeah.
as a child.
Yeah.
So he enrolled me and my brother in the junior program at Tahoe Paradise Golf Course.
Okay.
And he would literally drop us off at 8 a.m. and pick us up at 4 o'clock.
You kind of use it as daycare, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. And then through that, on the days that we didn't have the lessons in the program, he'd still drop me off at 8 a.m. I'd go start with putting, move to the driving range, move to chipping,
Dang.
and then I'd go play 18, and then call him when I was done, and he'd come pick me up.
See, something like that. I didn't even know that you started that young. Well, how old were you then?
Let's see, it was like 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Okay, yeah. I
Or
mean,
so.
good time, yeah.
But then I stopped playing in high school.
Yeah,
Football,
other sports, right?
baseball,
Yeah.
basketball,
Yep.
and then picked it back up in college sparingly, and then a lot more once I moved down here about
I see.
13 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Once you start realizing it's good for the job, right?
Yeah.
or
Once
maybe
I kind of semi became an adult.
yeah, I was gonna say good for the job, but maybe not good for your mental health.
God.
So okay, so you played at a young age. What were your scores like back then? I would say.
I actually was a lot better than I am now.
Yeah.
Still same temper.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I won best overall golfer, best driver, best putter, which that
Nice.
shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah.
The driver maybe, but
Yeah,
the putting.
yeah.
I've always
No,
been a
yeah,
good
putting.
putter.
Yeah, anytime we played 3-putt poker or anything like that, like Ryan gets, I don't know, you get so many, like either you're right on the fringe where it's perfect,
Well, yeah,
or
I
you just
can't hit a green.
Yeah.
and then
And then
I'm
you
good
put
at
it close.
putting, so I put
Yeah.
it close, and it's a one.
and a 1-putt. Yeah. I think
But so in the junior program, there used to be A groups, A through D,
okay.
and the D, C, and B group had to do like the training every day.
Yeah.
And then the A group did a little bit, and then just got to play every day.
Okay.
So I was in the B group most of the time I was there. And I remember the one time, or not one time, but one of the first times I got chosen to, play for an A group spot.
Yeah.
I went 22 through the first 2 holes.
So,
Yeah.
11 an average.
10.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, 21. 11 and a
okay.
10 on the
All
first
right.
2 holes.
Just nerves or what?
Yeah,
You
and then
remember?
shot
Yeah.
1 under through the rest of the 16,
Oh,
and I missed it by
dang.
1 stroke.
That's when you're like, could have just like double, triple bogeyed it.
Yeah,
And you,
but so I mean, I shot pretty well. Tahoe Paradise is, for those that haven't played, it's a short course. I think you could use your driver on 9, 18, maybe here and there throughout, but it's very, very tight. I'm talking about 20, 30 yard
wait,
wide fairways, trees
Yeah.
lining both sides. So you got to be pretty accurate. But as a younger kid, not being able to hit it as
far. Yeah.
I would have like bachelor parties and stuff come in, and they'd be all mad. They'd be like, "Oh, we don't want to play with this little kid."
Yeah.
And then I tell them
You
to put their
school
money where their mouth is.
Yeah, that sounds
I
like
bet
it,
'em,
yeah.
even though I didn't even have money to bet.
Yeah.
I just bet it on myself.
Yeah.
And then I ended up smoking them.
Little did they know.
Yeah,
like
little did they know they
if
got
you
this
lost, you
little
weren't gonna.
Tahoe hustler.
Yeah.
They're all
pretty
getting
funny.
drunk
Where-
and everything because they're on a bachelor party, and I can't drink
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I'm
You're young.
12 years
Yeah.
old.
Where is that course? You said Tahoe.
Tahoe Paradise. So when you first come in down the summit into Myers,
Yep.
it's that first
on the right?
course on the right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I've seen that. I think I played that one. Honestly.
Like they don't even have a driving range
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
And
That's the
it's
one.
a snowmobile course
And-
in the winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there? Is that the one? Well, now there's like domes up in the hill. I don't know if you've been there in a while, but it's to the right, like you said. But there's
It's like
domes
the
up there.
first
but-
one when you come
Yeah,
in the right.
yeah.
If there are domes, I haven't
Yeah,
noticed it.
okay.
So now don't play it often, but my latest yearly tradition is me and my two friends. We go play it the morning of 4th of July.
Oh,
Where the
okay.
first one's off at 6 a.m.
Nice.
So we go play it, and then we go out to the beach and party. And one of the
There
guys
you go.
is my buddy that we played with that stands over the ball for 75
Oh,
minutes.
yes. Yeah. I actually was going to ask you about that later on, but since you brought it up, what have you ever? So for everybody, explain how long
So
like he stands over.
I got a buddy Brad, and we.
I've seen
He's
video
from the
of
Bay
this,
Area,
yeah.
and we invited. He was coming into town one night one day, so he asked if we wanted to play. So he was a member at a place in the Bay Area, and he had a reciprocating to Granite Bay, and so I invited a couple of my friends here, and we go play with them, and he stood over the ball so often that we started timing him, and it was like 45 seconds to a minute and 10. We added it all up. We watched
Every
him
shot?
we watched him for an hour and 10 minutes addressing his ball in a round of golf.
And he doesn't like waggle or anything, right? He just stands
No,
there.
he literally just
He
like
just stands.
I don't. And the
Oh,
worst part
gosh.
is, so you can't talk too much shit because he beat us by like 8 strokes.
Oh, dang.
Like he's
So he's like,
a
proof
good
is in the
golfer.
pudding. Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a good golfer.
Yeah.
But he's just. But also, I think that's how he beats everyone. Is he just wears them down
gets in your
mentally
mind.
and physically? Yeah, you're like,
So-
just hit the ball, Brad.
Does he
just
do
hit
that?
the ball.
Does he do that with putts too? Oh, it's a little bit faster.
Maybe a little faster, but I just feel like nothing.
By that time, you're just like, you just lose your mind.
Yeah,
because
and
you're
then
waiting.
randomly. So after we played that,
I think that is a good ploy.
Right.
I never thought about
Randomly,
that.
I got invited to by my other buddy. I got invited to this like Ryder Cup kind of tournament that they put on in the East Bay.
Yeah.
So I know Brad and then our other buddy Travis. They're good friends.
Yeah.
And they both know me, so they're like, they had someone drop out, so they're like, oh, hey Finkel, you want to come down for this? And so I joined, and we had a good time. But the whole time I was just making fun of them, and they were all just on board. It's not just
yeah.
like a me thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
me and my
Everybody
friends.
knows, right?
It's an ongoing joke that he's just
And
ridiculous.
what does he say? What's his response? Like, that's just my
Yeah,
routine?
Yeah, he doesn't really have a response, and you could talk as much crap as you want.
He'll still do it.
He still does it. He's actually, I played with him last year, and he was probably about 20 seconds faster. So
Jeez.
we're
So you're breaking him down,
We're
yeah,
gaining some
yeah.
ground.
That is great. Yeah, you showed me a video of that one time, and I was just like, because
It
you
was a
said,
minute 15. The one that
yeah,
you saw,
that
'cause
was
Preston-
the longest.
Preston
Yeah,
took
Preston.
that
Yeah, I
one.
took that video. I was like, oh my god, like I wanted to like swing for him just watching.
Yeah,
Like,
you want to just like yell at him.
does he say what he's thinking? What's going through?
I don't,
Is there a
I think
block,
I've just
or
been
is he
so frustrated with it. I've never actually
asked him?
asked.
Because is he like picturing the shot, or is he like going through all his swing thoughts before
Like
he
if
lets
I
go?
thought that much, I'd
Oh,
shake
yeah.
it
Yeah,
4 feet to the right.
I'd forget what I was
100%.
doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I've never experienced it.
And I hope you never do.
Yeah. And what would you do if that was like a single you got paired up with?
Leave
Yeah, I think I would
immediately.
Yeah, I think
I would.
I think after 9 I'd be like, you know what, it's good.
Not
I'm
even
good.
9. Yeah, if I watch that for the first 3 holes, I'm
Yeah.
hopping in my cart and just
You're like,
going to the
I've
next
seen
hole.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, I'm immediately
Jeez.
leaving because, as you know,
You know, patience.
yeah, my patience, is
patience
very
is-
low,
And the only reason
slow-
why you wait around for him is because he's your friend, right?
yeah, and slow play killed. Yeah, he drove me, so
Oh yeah.
he picked me up from my house, so I couldn't really leave him. But
Yeah.
slow play absolutely murders my game.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, that gets to your head. And
Yeah.
that's probably how your buddy Brad beats you, because he just gets in your head.
Well, and he's just a better golfer.
Oh, okay,
but
yeah. Yeah. What does he normally shoot?
He's like high 70s,
Oh yeah.
low 80s.
Maybe there's something in that. But I couldn't even, for my own mental, like even if I played better, I don't think I could stand there for anything over 30 seconds
when I look
and
at the
hit
ball
well.
that much,
Yeah.
I swear I do worse. So
Yeah.
don't know. Teach their own.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So All right, so you picked up the game again, what, after high school? Because I know you played sports in college too, right?
Yeah,
You
so
played,
from, so after high school, I went up to that small school in Oregon,
okay.
didn't play anything at all for that. And then once I moved back down to once I transferred to San Diego State, and I ended up moving in with three of my best friends that I grew up with from Tahoe,
Oh, nice.
who all like to golf.
Yeah.
That's when we started picking it up again, and that was some of the best times.
Yeah, I bet.
So San Diego State to Coronado is like a 20-minute drive.
Okay.
We used to play Coronado Twilight. To walk was $11, and it's right there. You cross the Coronado Bridge.
Yeah.
It's right there at the bottom of the
And
bridge.
super easy to walk the course?
Yeah, it's all flat.
Oh, yeah.
You got views of the San Diego Bay the entire time, and you could get usually. We never finished 18. I don't think I still to this day have ever played hole 18 at Coronado. But
You're like, I've seen it.
yeah,
But I've never.
no, never. I don't even think I've seen
you don't
it.
even know where it is.
No, we normally get.
You're like,
you would get 14 to 16 holes
yeah.
in.
I was gonna say, you think the course only has 16 holes,
Yeah, pretty much.
tops.
Which is funny. I think to like ride was like $26 or something like that, but that's just way too expensive
yeah,
for broke
college. Yeah,
students.
I was gonna say, during college, you're looking for the cheapest route
Yeah,
possible.
we would just get a 30 rack on the way,
Yep.
grab
Throw
our
them in your
clubs,
bag. Yeah. Nice.
and just go have fun.
That sounds like the dream right there.
right.
So, so you said that you started playing in Tahoe. Was there any kind of like, because obviously in elevation you're hitting further, was there kind of like a humbling moment when you'd come down and play in the valley or play in San
I think it
Diego,
was
or you
such
just
a-
kind of?
I think it was such a long period in between.
Oh, true. That's true.
That
And you were a
You
kid.
didn't
You were
really know.
younger. You
But
probably
now-
weren't hitting that far anyway.
yeah, but still, I mean, to this day, it's like from playing here to playing to top. Like I bring my clubs everywhere.
Yeah.
So from like, yeah, it's definitely interesting how it does affect it. And like growing up at elevation, playing baseball, football, everything, you never, like we always heard, you have the advantage,
You have advantage,
of the thin air.
Yep.
So like not only cardiovascular and running and everything, but hitting the ball, throwing the ball,
Yeah.
everything.
You're just kind of used to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't really get it because that's all you know.
Yeah. There's no difference for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then you
That's-
go to other places. I remember, so again, I blew out my knee my last day of school my junior year, played my senior year without an ACL, got surgery on actually Thanksgiving my senior year.
Yeah.
And it was 9 months to the day from when I got surgery to fall camp in college. And they had a conditioning drill that if you didn't pass, you didn't make the team. So I'm up in Tahoe just busting my
Busting,
ass
yeah.
off, and it was sideline to sideline. Forget how many times and how many seconds and everything. But like I remember just being up there, and I was barely making it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm talking about hundreds of seconds up till the week that I went to school.
And then once you got
up
to
in
school,
Oregon, yeah.
you like,
And then we're sitting there. I'm like dreading this conditioning test because I'm like, dude, last week I made the last one by like, I had my dad on the sideline with a stopwatch, and I made it by like 500ths of a second on the last
Dang.
one.
so
I'm
you're
like,
you're sweating.
yeah, I'm
sweating
sweating
bricks,
bullets,
yeah.
and it's 2 sets. And after the first set, I'm like, everyone else is all bent over, all like coughing and
And you're
throwing
getting
up
like
and
fresh
everything.
oxygen
And I
every
was just like,
You're like this
when we started the next one, we finished both sets
fresh
of them,
organ air. Yeah.
and pretty much everyone is just like dead on the ground. And I was just like,
Yeah. It's
Coach, you want to do a third set?
Yeah.
Like, I felt great. Like, this is
Yeah,
easy.
that's
I'm
pretty
not
cool.
even dying right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Then, so like you said, you don't notice until you I guess come
until
down
you're away
or
from,
you're.
well, so then
or you
I
have,
moved
like-
back to Tahoe. Then when I went to San Diego, I was down there for a while. I was in great shape in San Diego. Come up for Christmas,
and you're dying.
friends call are like, "Hey, we're gonna go play pickup at the local church.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
you want to play?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come play." It's like 3 times up and down the court.
like-
I'm like, they're like, Finkel, we thought you were a D1 athlete. I'm like, I am at sea level
yeah.
up here.
You're like, I'm not
Yeah,
not up in the mountains anymore.
Yeah, it's real.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it before on a couple other episodes, but I mean, I think you've had a you've had a bomb drive up in the hill, right? Like playing either Tahoe course or playing Edgewood. I mean, you've had a couple 360. Or what was the? Or what'd you hit? You hit a one like
I had
crazy one, right?
Yeah, we had. I mean,
Like
I will.
four or something? Or
No,
no,
never hit the
not
four.
that, okay.
It was wind aided.
trying to help
I'm
you
not
out,
gonna
but yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It was wind aided. We were playing Lake Tahoe Golf Course a couple of years ago, and well, actually, that whole week, we played what 2 rounds. We played a few rounds down here. We had that 2-man scramble in Tahoe every year.
Okay.
And so I was hitting bombs like that whole week, but we get to Tahoe, and it's probably the best week of my driver in my
Yeah,
entire
I remember you
life.
telling me about it. Yeah.
And yeah, we get to hole 18 at Lake Tahoe Golf Course. From the black tees, it's playing 510, wind at our back, pretty a strong wind.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna embellish it too much.
Yeah.
It was a decent wind.
Yeah.
But I just hit this thing, and everyone's like, "Oh God, that was a bomb,"
Yeah.
And I've hit a few good ones on that course before on that tee, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's gonna be up there by the tree on the left."
Yeah.
So we get up there in the carts, we're like looking for my ball, and we can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
So I start driving forward, and Preston's like, "You're not up there," just because they talk a little crap.
Because everybody,
And
we
then
always
I'm
think we hit
about
further than we do.
115 yards in front of everyone. Find my ball, dead center of the fairway. I scope it. I got 141 in.
Oh, dang. So that was like a
It was
good.
like 370,
Yeah.
369, 370.
Yeah.
And then we go play the tournament the next day, and I had at least 4 drives of over 340. Yeah, playing at elevation is fun.
Yeah, I was like it, and I feel like because it's less air, there's less spin. So I feel like I don't slice as much up in the Apple Mountain.
Oh,
or,
I could still slice it.
Well, well, we still can.
Yeah.
It's not impossible, or not. Yeah.
My slices you see here, they happen there too.
Yeah. No, it's definitely still happened, but I'm just saying, I feel like sometimes it feels like it's a little more forgiving. Like
so,
when I hit it, I'm like, oh, that felt like a kind of a slice,
Yeah,
but then it's like just a little bit. Yeah.
And then I'd say my other longest drive ever was probably at Puerto Los Cabos, my buddy's bachelor
Mexico.
party.
Oh, yeah.
But there's this one hole. I mean, it's a par 5. I think it's like 600 yards or something. But it's like it's a severe downhill.
Yeah.
But I absolutely roped this one, and then I hit the backside of the knoll, and it just shot.
Yeah.
So I think that one might have been the fourth.
There you go.
Because I think I only had 100 and something.
That's
But I mean, that was all just like, if it would have hit probably 5 yards less, it would have just hit into
And
the
just
hill and
rolled,
stopped. But I just hit the perfect on the backside, and it just rolled for days.
That's like when you hit like that chip or something, it hits right on the fringe, just shoots out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
That was how the drive
Yeah.
was. And it's crazy though, like you see these pros and you're like, how do you hit it 350, 360, 380? But when you play a course, like we play courses, we'll hit a drive and it hits the fairway and we get backspin.
Yeah.
Because
it
they're
comes
so
back.
soft and everything. But like those, like Puerto
Or
Los
if you
Cabos,
hit, it only rolls a couple.
yeah, but like Puerto Los Cabos had like PGA fairways. Like, and I just played the course at Puerto Vallarta where they do the Mexican stop at the PGA Tour. Those fairways were hard too. So it's
runs.
interesting to see when you actually like hit a good shot with like a little baby draw for it to hit and actually like roll out 20, 30 yards. You're like, oh.
Because I do see that when I watch the PGA Tour. Sometimes I see him hit, and it just rolls.
It
forever.
just
I'm
rolls
just
and
like,
rolls and rolls. Yeah, it's a difference of
the
playing
fairway.
a nice course.
Yeah. Well, even like the pros say like they probably couldn't shoot any better at like a Muni course or like Empire Ranch, right? Because it's not pure like it is on.
Deschambeau said
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, Bryson said that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, we're so lucky to have these greens. He goes, I could walk on a PGA Tour green. I know exactly how fast it's going to roll. I know what it's going to break. It's going to be true. He goes, at the Muni, that's He's like,
it might as well
clue
be
what it's going to do.
It might as well be
so
punched
hard for them to break 50.
Oh,
is
because of course they're
break
playing.
50
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch, they hit so many good putts.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's just like, zoom.
Yeah. Which do you think, like, if you and I played from the Reds at Empire, do you think you and I could, if we scrambled, do you think you and I could break, I don't know, let's say 60 from the Reds? Scramble.
Depends. Well, you're terrible at Empire.
Yeah. Well, that's why I would have, I would probably go first.
Yeah.
No, actually, I didn't finish, but I shot I mean, granted, my last score was at Whitney and it was horrible, but I did play the front nine 2 weeks ago and I shot 37,
Oh, there you
three
that-
birdies.
I
Yeah.
just feel like
But
you and Empire equals kryptonite. For
yeah, I
you.
know. That's true. Every time we played together,
Let's see.
I can't find a fairway. I can't even find my ball.
Well, me and Carson from the tournaments in the last Dirty Birdie tournament shot 6 under.
Where was that at?
Empire.
Oh, it was Empire.
Yeah.
When do they play that? I
It's
need
once
to
a
get on
quarter.
next time. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll get you on the. I'll get you on the list. It's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
Little 2-man. Well, so they did do the first 4 were 2-man best balls,
Okay.
and then this last one they did a 2-man scramble.
You guys got
Yeah,
600.
we shot 6
And
under
what was it from white or green?
from the tournament. The green.
Okay, it's green. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So I
like the
think
green
from
set.
red, me and you from the red, and what? So that's 12 under. I think it'd be close.
Yeah.
I think we could maybe get 60. Again, it depends how you're playing and how. On our 2 best days, yes, 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
If you have to carry me, no. We might not break par.
I think 72 would be a good score. Yeah. Or 71, I guess, because it's par 71.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too that frustrates me is like my goal for this past year, which I'm probably gonna roll over next year, which is this 10 scores in the 70s, and I only hit it twice. Yeah, and so it's frustrating because Empire's 71,
Yeah.
but it's also my nemesis course.
It is your nemesis. I've seen
And-
you play so much better golf at
Yeah.
every course.
Yeah,
But
I think it's just because it's definitely spot golf. It's like for at least for me for the first
front.
6 holes
Yeah.
are spot.
yeah,
Like
you can't miss the fairway.
yeah, and if you do, for me it's like it's
That's like my best round ever there. I was +1 through 6. Made it through the first 6 holes. And then
characteristically
yeah, pulled 2 over the net on 6. You know, the one with the little goalie in the front?
Yeah.
Instead of slicing it to the right over the
Yeah.
net, hit first one over the net. So now drop
So,
2,
yeah.
hitting 3, did it again.
Oh, dang.
So 3 out, drop 4, and then had to hit 5.
And it's interesting that 6 is the hardest hole, or is the number 1 handicap.
Yeah, I don't know
The
why.
the only thing that does put me in trouble is like I have to hit, like you said, we probably should hit 3 woods from green, and maybe even blue too.
No, blue you can't reach it. Well, I have reached it.
yeah, I
If
was
it's
like-
front blue,
Yeah,
you can still reach it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
it is further back, true. But anytime
but
green,
yeah, that's what you
it's-
could stripe a drive, and you're like, cool,
Yeah.
I'm in the shit.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
happened to
can we
me.
cuss on this?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. You just put the explicit, like
Perfect.
Plug your ears.
Yeah, I don't think. What do you think is the hardest hole at Empire?
I mean, I guess that one just because it's sneaky, but for me personally, it's 14. The one you kind of go over the sand traps,
Well, that's the easiest hole.
and then you're downhill.
Yeah, that's the easiest hole.
For some reason, it's either I'm into the wind. I've flown that green so many times.
One, I think
So-
one is one. I'll strike my first drive and then I'll fly the green every time. But
So that's another one that's
yeah.
downhill. It's
I
like,
think 13.
yeah.
I think 13 is the 2 handicap. I think that should be the true. Well, it depends.
Oh, because
where
it's
you play from.
if you play from blue,
If
that's
you play from the
way
blues,
back.
there's no chance that's not the hardest hole.
Yeah,
But even from the whites or the greens, because if you go like from the blues, if you go a little left,
you're
you're still
okay.
safe.
Yeah,
But if you go any
Any
left, from
left,
the whites
yeah.
or greens,
You're
you're
done.
out.
Yeah.
And even from the whites and greens, it's still a.
yeah.
It's
It's
still a
maybe a
pretty
7
long
iron.
hole.
Yeah.
But that from the
It's-
blues is definitely the
Yeah,
number 1 handicap.
I would say that's definitely number 1.
18's got it. I don't think they have 18 that highly rated.
It
too.
used to be number 3.
Oh, really?
It used to be. I think they notched it down.
Which I think that hole
But-
always plays a club to 2 clubs higher.
Yeah. I mean, because
Especially if the wind.
you do have to go over the goalie, and then you have to make sure
And you have to, if the wind's in your
Hit,
face,
yeah, you're hitting
it's-
like-
If you play from the blues on 18 and the wind's in your face, it's a 230-yard par
Yeah.
3, easily.
it's a either a 5 wood or a hybrid, whatever you're
Yeah.
hitting. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, just the first 6 holes. If I can survive those, and that's what I did. I went well, I guess if you call it surviving, but I went double bogey, hole 1, bogey number 2, so I'm 3 over. Then I birdied 3,
Okay.
parred 4, bogeyed 5, which was I hit my drive perfectly down the middle and just bladed the chip like usual. So bogey. So what's that? 3 over. Then I parred 6, birdied 7, parred 8, birdied 9. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I saw,
And I don't like, even though 8 is it's a par 3, it's very straightforward.
But the wind's
but
always in
yes,
your
for
face.
something, yeah. And
it always plays the club longer.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you
and then,
club up,
yeah, then you
the
fly
wind
it.
dies.
Yeah, then you fly it.
And then you're on the
I'm in the
back tee
bunker.
box.
Yeah.
Dude, Graves,
I've been in that bunker so many times.
Graves drove the green on 4 last time we played from the tournament. He hit it, the luckiest thing, or 5 yards off of it.
Okay. Yeah, I was like,
the single tree on the left, like right before it bends.
yeah.
He hit it to the left of that. It hit, I don't know, had it hit the one rock.
Yeah, I was
Because
like,
we saw it hit and bounce, and we're like, okay, you're in the crap to the left.
Yep.
And we're looking for it. We're looking for it because it's kind of mowed down. Can't find it. Oh, so Mike drives up around because he goes to his first shot, hits. He goes to his
They go
ball on
second,
the green.
yeah.
He goes, there's an orange ball 5 yards off the green. He got a 30-yard bounce off this rock or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you go 5 yards short of the green.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That's for sure. Dang, yeah, that one. Oh, so that's another thing too. I did par it, but I duffed my 3-wood, so I'm like barely into the fairway on 4. And then I hit, and then I was like, I'm not risking it, so I hit a 7-iron, then a 58 to close and tapped in. Yeah, yeah. My on the front, my wedge game was, except for that one blade on 5, but before that, on all the other holes, it was like dialed.
Yeah.
Like,
I think 3's got to be one of the easiest holes.
yeah. It's so straightforward, but for a while there, all my balls were just going to the water.
Crap. Oh, in the water? Mine was always mine's always in the gully to the right.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, my ball goes left, but yeah, that's, so anyway, yeah, so if I could survive
Especially when
6.
people drive by and lay on their horn. You ever have that happen?
No, I've never, no.
I've had it a couple times.
I've almost wanted to do it just like, burp, burp, burp.
To
Like,
people, yeah.
but just to say like, what's up, not like to
I thought
boat.
it'd be funny until it happened
to
me.
you?
And I was like, oh, that's not funny anymore because I almost hurt my back.
Oh yeah. No, more of a just saying like, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
You're golfing and I'm not kind of thing.
No,
not to like
someone right
not to fuck with them.
downswing.
Yeah.
Brr, and I just head up, just tweak. I was in a wheelchair for 2
Yeah,
days.
that'd have been funny. All right, we're back, guys, and so just kind of getting into some topics, some kind of just fun things to talk about. What is I'll start with positive. What's the best golf advice you've ever gotten?
I think the best golf advice anyone's ever given me was you're not good enough to be mad, and that any day on the course is a better day than in the office.
Yeah.
Which
true.
I have to remind myself because I'm so competitive.
Yeah.
And you played with
You
me
are,
when I
yeah,
get
you're-
into my little moods.
Yep.
That when I'm not playing as good as I think I should be,
Yeah.
I'm just too competitive, that I get, in my little moods, and it might take me a hole or two to get out of. But after
I've talked you out
read
of
that,
Oh, keep going.
sorry.
No,
yeah,
no, you're good.
after that. So before that, I would get in my little moods, and you've had to talk me out. Other friends that would talk me out. Like, you're really bringing the whole foursome down, which it does. Then everyone starts playing like shit. And then I talked to this guy, and he's like, you know what? You're not good enough to get mad. And then he goes, do you practice? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
On the course.
Yeah.
And he's like, then why the fuck are you mad?
Yeah.
Like, you're not good enough to get mad. And after that, I mean, every so often I'll still get in my little
of course. You're
moods
still
when I'm
competitive.
playing.
You're still competitive.
Yeah, when I'm still, and all my friends are playing good and
Yeah.
everything, and I'm just absolutely sucking, which
Just
does
trash.
happen. Yeah, which is just absolute trash. But just give me a hole or two, and I just, at that point, you got to just look at yourself and be like, you know what? I'm going to shoot a 115 today, and I'm going to have
And-
a smile on my face and have fun doing
Yeah,
it.
you're like, I'm about to be the vibes guy.
Yeah, and then as soon as you do that, all of a sudden you're like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah, you
birdie,
start- yep.
birdie,
Yeah.
par, hit a 40-foot putt,
Yep.
and all of a sudden it starts coming together. So that's probably the best advice is you're not good enough to get mad, and any day on the course is a better day in the office.
Yeah, and I like that your golf advice wasn't actually about golf or the swing. I mean, it was about golf, but not about your swing or technical.
I mean, golf is all
you know,
mentality
yeah,
anyways.
it is. I'd say it's like 90% mental.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's a good one. I would have to say it's probably along the same lines, and it's nothing like anybody on the course told me or anything, but, and I've kind of mentioned this before, but it's golf is an imperfect game, and every shot, every shot we're trying to get in the hole, right?
Yeah.
And we don't do that every single time. So if you think about it like that, like you're not going to be perfect, so just play. I think it makes it 10 times easier.
Yeah.
And then you just, like you said, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because
Makes
you're
it
like,
a lot more, and
yeah,
it makes
'cause-
you more enjoyable to golf with. I'm not gonna lie. I have one friend. I have one friend from Tahoe. I threw an absolute hissy fit on the course.
Yeah.
Because everyone was playing good and I was playing so terrible that to this day, he will not golf
won't?
with me.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Apparently, I was
You were
that big of a little bitch
Yeah.
that he still. And this was 4 years ago.
Won't
And to
won't
this
retry
day,
it, huh?
Yeah, I saw him over
Dang.
the summer, and we talked about it. We made a little joke. We were at the Lake Tahoe Celebrity
Yeah.
Golf Tournament.
Yeah.
And I begged and pleaded with him. I was like, "Give me one more chance." I was like, "I promise, I don't care if I shoot a 200. It will be a
I'll be-
smile on my face.
I'll be on my
and
best.
everyone will have a great time."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, if you shoot a 200, I don't want to play with you either." I was like, "All right, we'll break it down to like about a 110.
There you go.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have a good time doing it."
Yeah. Yeah, I could I just imagine you hitting a bad shot and you're just like, hey,
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah, that's what
It's
they
the
make.
best
That's why
time.
they make tequila.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
All
may
else
not be
fails.
able to drive home or
Yeah.
drive the cart,
Yeah.
but we're gonna have good vibes
Yeah.
and good times.
All else fails, just grab a shot. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Like the mental game is like, once you can just have fun and enjoy, regardless of how you play. Like I shot a 97 last week at it was a hard course, Whitney Oaks.
It's terrible for
but-
you though. Still,
But even though I was playing bad, I'm like, okay, I had some good holes. It was just I had so many out of bounds, like so many
well, that's easy to do
close.
at that course.
Yeah. So I would say I probably had at least 7 what do you call it, penalty shots. At least.
Well, it's funny. It's like
So
Brittany. I come home from golf, right, and Brittany's like, "Oh, how'd you play?" And I always tell her a lot of times, which she called me out recently, was I'm like, "Oh, I feel like I played better than my score indicated."
yeah.
Because, I'll play great, and then, I always have a blow up or
Yep.
2 hole.
Yep, me
Usually
too,
one on
me
the
too,
front,
yeah.
one on the back. I feel like a lot of us do. So I'll go triple, or whatever, or triple, double,
Yeah.
and you just have a bat. But for the rest of it, I played par bogey golf.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I feel like if you take out this section, take out 1 or 2 holes on the front, 1 hole on the back.
Yep.
Like I shoot in the low 80s.
Yeah.
But instead I shot a 94.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like I played better than my scorecard
Yeah, just
indicated.
1 or 2 holes.
Yeah, I mean,
completely
and
destroy the round.
All these other guys that we play with a lot of times, like, oh, my handicap says I can't take more than a double
Yeah.
bogey.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's ego most of the time too. Yeah, I'll write down a triple or whatever. But every so often, if we're really playing or whatever, if I shoot a 10 on a hole, I'm going to put a 10.
Yeah.
If I shoot an 11, I'm going to put an 11.
Yeah.
So it's like you put an 11 on a par 4 and you par the rest of the holes, or play bogey golf.
Yeah.
The other 17
That's-
holes,
yeah.
your score is still going to be shit.
You're still in the
'cause
90s,
You got
yeah.
7 over,
Yeah.
and that 1 hole doesn't indicate how you played the rest of the day.
Yeah. So you're saying she called you out? What'd she say?
You just
Say-
laughed and
She
just
said- Stop blaming those holes.
my normal. She knows she knows me too well.
Yeah. She was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
she's like,
Let me
you
guess.
Say, she goes,
3
you
holes.
say that all the time, and I'm like, well,
Let me guess. 3 holes
you
did
know,
you in?
I'm a fantastic golfer if we could count 15 out of 18
Yeah.
holes.
Oh, yeah. So you never played in high school, right? Golf?
No.
But so with high school, you play with 6 guys and you take the best 5 scores.
Okay.
So I would like, if we could do that, like you said, like play 18 but take 16.
Yeah.
I mean, I think both you and I would.
Oh,
by
if you could
far
take 14 or 15 of my holes,
Yeah.
baller.
Yeah.
If I could play 2 shots every shot,
Yeah.
baller.
We should
know,
do that in one of our groups where it's like, okay, you can take 2 holes out, like one on the back, one on the front.
So you know how we always joke that my player B is a scratch golfer?
Yeah. Oh, everybody's
So
player B.
I went to Kenny's bachelor party in Tahoe.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? No, it wasn't this year. It was last year, and I wasn't gonna play golf, but they were playing Lake Tahoe Golf Course. They were playing a 2-man scramble, and I ended up getting my work done early, and threw my clubs in my truck, raced up there, got there 3 minutes before tee time.
Nice.
And they're like, "All right, well, I guess you just get 2 shots, Fink."
Yeah.
Heater. I shot like 4 under by myself on a 2-man scramble.
Yeah.
The back nine, and they started getting mad. They're like, "Well, if I had 2 shots at a putt every time,
like,
then I would make it
you
too."
do.
Ewing's brother.
Yeah.
But Ewing's brother's like, "If I had 2 shots at the same time, myself, I'd hit it." I was like, "Fine, I'll just start making it on the first one." Next 4 holes, 1 putt, 15 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet,
Yeah.
4 feet.
You were just on.
Yeah. I was just on the best heater of my life, and ended up winning it all. Just as I was like, and Mike's just like, "We always say his player B's a scratch."
Yeah. We warned you. Yeah. Yeah, that's I know. I feel like anytime you hit that second ball, it's just like dialed. Like
Every time.
Whatever you just did, your body forgets.
I think when we play, I'm just gonna call practice shot.
Yeah.
Every time. And even if it's good, I'm still gonna have to hit a second one.
Yeah.
And just hope I don't mess it up.
Yeah.
On the contrary,
Go ahead.
what's your worst advice you've ever been given?
So the worst, So the worst one, it was when I was like in high school or just starting out to play like for the high school team, and I was playing Mather, and you could tell it's bad advice because I remember it very vividly. I just like went right to it, and I don't know. He saw my swing and he's like, "Oh, you got a good swing, but let me show you." Let me show you how to generate power. And I was like, okay. He's like, let me see your finger. So I went like this. He's like, feel that twist and feel the release. I'm like, well, I don't. I was like, I get it. Finally, I just said, yeah, I feel it. He's like, see, that's what you need to do with your with your body. He's like, you're just all arms, which I get now, but I just didn't. This wasn't the way to show me how to feel torque on my hips. I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to.
Well, actually,
but
the revert. Actually, one of the best advice that I got that I actually have given to a lot of. So I'm not that good.
Yeah.
But I'm actually a pretty decent swing coach. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like I've helped out a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually in Florida. So, funny story is I met Robin Price on my bachelor party in Nashville,
nice.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Dad's Nick Price, Hall of Fame golfer from South Africa. We're in Florida. We're talking about golf, and got to meet Sir Nick. Phenomenal family, by the way.
That's awesome.
Shout out to the Prices.
Yeah.
They're amazing family.
So they're just as cool as a person as they are on TV. Yeah.
And so Robin was just kind of picking up golf and learning golf, and she's like, I was doing this and this, and my dad looked at my grip, and I had my thumb straight down the club, and he's like, wrap your thumb. And then so I kind of asked her to ask her dad inadvertently, and he's like, yeah, wrap. So I started wrapping my thumb, and all of a sudden, that's when I kind of got my little draw, and when I miss, I do my hook because it's all hands. And then so I noticed a lot of people that are pushing or did it, I'll look down, and their thumb's straight down the club. So I just tell them to wrap their thumb, and next thing you know, because it allows, so when you have your thumb like that, you can't turn over.
Yeah.
It keeps
You
your
get
wrist
stuck,
out. So when you wrap it, it allows you to turn over. So say the best advice is
There you go.
you're not good enough to get mad. the best swing advice is
Yeah, there you go.
wrap your thumb.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't keep it. Yeah, I definitely don't keep it on top, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's more of like over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Shout out
well, it's
to Nick
good.
Price.
Yeah, Sir. Wait,
Sir Nick.
is Sir Nick? Okay,
Yep.
I was like, I didn't know if because it's also Sir Nick Faldo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is Sir Nick Faldo, but Sir Nick.
Yeah. Nick Faldo.
Papa
yeah.
Price.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's cool. Dang, that's how did you? So to get on that story, how did you like? I don't know.
Ran into
Start
her at a
talk-
bar.
Oh, and you just knew who she was?
No, so we went to Tootsie's in Nashville, and her friends and my friends started talking. She was sitting at the bar, and I just went to sit down. It was my bachelor party. I went to sit down and order a drink, and we started chatting, and she's like, "It's my birthday." I was like, "Well, I'm the bachelor. Let's take a shot together."
There you go.
So we ended
celebrate.
up, yeah. So I bought her a shot, bought myself a shot, bought other people a shot. We all took the shot, and actually, when I turned around, I went to put my card back. Someone stole my wallet. Yeah, that was fun. Going through TSA without a wallet.
Without ID.
Yeah. So then we ended up meeting friends with all of them and everything, and we're talking. And she goes, "Oh yeah, do you know this golfer, this golfer, this golfer?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, here's a picture with me with DJ. Here's a picture with me with JT. Here's
There
a
you
picture
go.
with me
Dang,
this guy."
yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, so you're a golf fan? You like
Yeah,
golf
so you
and
go everywhere?
everything?" Yeah. Like this and that. She's like, "Yeah." She's like,
Golf
"Well,
fangirl. Yeah.
here's Tiger Woods' house. Here's my house." She lived 2 doors down from Tiger at the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, "My dad's Nick Price." And I was like, "Oh,
That makes
all right."
sense. Yeah. So you're
But-
behind, or what do they say that? Behind the ropes, underneath the ropes?
Yeah, and then
inside the ropes. There you
Yeah,
go.
so then ended up just hanging out with her and her friends. They were just down there on a girls' trip.
Yeah. That's cool.
Sweetest girls ever, coolest girls ever. Called my wife. I was like, "Hey, I made some friends with some girls.
Yeah.
They're from South Florida. One of them, her dad's Nick Price and everything. Like, they asked a bunch of questions about you. Yeah, I got her number. Just try to get ahead of the curve. Not thinking anything about it, right?
yeah.
But just in case any stories or whatever
Yeah,
come
yeah,
out,
yeah.
just trying to be a good husband." And
Future
then-
husband, right?
Yeah, and then our future husband, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, we're sitting on the couch. We're just watching like a Netflix movie. It's like Friday night. All of a sudden, my phone's like, but. I'm getting a FaceTime. I'm like, who's FaceTime me? Pull up my phone. It's like Robin Price, and I'm like, do I answer this?
Yeah.
Do I answer this? I'm
Well,
like,
because
I'm
it could be her, right? Or it could be her with her dad, right?
yeah, but
Yeah,
also
or-
I'm like, okay, well, I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I have nothing to hide, so why? Like,
So
is it more? Is it
so you
is it more
answer it.
suspicious if I don't answer it?
Yeah.
So I answer it. I'm like, "Hey, Rob, what's up?" And she's like, "We don't want to talk to you. We want to talk to your wife." I'm like,
Oh, okay.
"Brownie points."
Yeah.
So pass it off, and we end up becoming real good friends. And we're supposed to go to a wedding in Cabo, and it got pushed for COVID. And then so Brittany already had the time off, and we already had like a vacation scheduled. Robin called us that night when we were trying to figure out, just coincidentally, when we were trying to figure out what we're going to do instead of going on this vacation.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, the Honda Classics that week. Why don't you fly out to Florida? I'll take you guys to the Honda Classic. You can stay with me, hang out
No
in
way.
South Florida for a few days." I look at Brittany. She goes, "I've never been to Florida."
That's
Looked on, pulled out my phone. I'm already a bottle and a half of wine deep.
So it's a
I go,
yes.
Boop, boop, boop. All right, we
Tickets.
fly in on Friday at 4:00.
Oh, dang, that is crazy. That's a
flew
crazy
out,
cool story.
Yeah, we flew out to South Florida, to Jupiter, Florida. Hung out with Robin and all their friends. Got to meet Nick
Nice.
and her mom, Sue.
Dang.
Hung out.
All just by a chance meeting.
Yeah,
huh?
went to this
that's
house.
crazy.
Her best friend was dating this guy who lived next to DJ and Paulina.
So like they all live in Florida, huh?
Yeah,
Probably
went to the
tax
Honda
purposes.
Classic. Her little sister's best friend is now married and has a child with G.O.L.F.
Yeah.
So got to hang out with a bunch of the Broncos players. They were there and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like a surreal,
That sounds like
weekend. But the funny part is we were around like all these really wealthy, like really like famous athletes and everything.
Yeah.
And it just felt like it was us and the boys.
Yeah,
here
just
in
normal
Folsom.
people, right? Yeah. That's cool.
It was
No
a
one was, like,
phenomenal
super-
weekend.
Yeah. That just
All
sound-
just because
that sounds
we
like
walked into the third story at Tootsie's
yeah. That
on
just
a
sounds
Sunday
like
afternoon in my bachelor party.
like a hangover style. Like,
Right.
hey, just come on over. Like, who would do that? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, it's
You would
definitely a
think.
Finkel story.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
You're
I'm
making
not-
friends everywhere.
Everywhere. I can't help it.
Yeah. So okay, so being in Sacramento area and Tahoe, what would you say your favorite course is in the area, and then just your favorite course you've ever played anywhere in the U.S. or anywhere?
Does Yosha count as in the area?
Yeah,
Yosha.
yeah, Sacramento. Yeah,
Yosha is
Yep.
probably the best course
yeah,
in
definitely.
the area.
Yeah.
Favorite course ever? I mean, I think Yosha's got to be up there. I was fortunate enough to play Kavara in Cabo.
Okay.
That course, I would love to play that course again without the 40-mile-an-hour winds coming off the cliffs. That would be different. That would be nice. to not hit a driver into a par 3.
Yeah,
would be wonderful.
Is that that's probably pretty consistent there though, right? The winds.
I've
kind of
talked
like
to
Hawaii,
other,
kind of like Hawaii.
No, I've talked to other people, and they said they played it when it's really not that bad. Actually,
They went for Carson's, or was that another time?
yeah. Actually, I would say my favorite course I ever played was the Royal Hawaiian on Oahu. You literally feel like you're gonna get attacked by a velociraptor at any moment.
That's
It's a
'cause
5-minute. It's a 5-minute drive from hole 1 to hole 2
dang.
through the Hawaiian jungle.
Yep.
You literally.
It's like where they filmed everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You literally feel like a triceratops is gonna walk across
like
the
through the
across the
fairway,
fairway.
yeah.
Like you're coming around the turn, you think a velociraptor is gonna pop out. It's
Dang.
probably one of the prettiest courses I've ever played. Locally, I would say Yosha. Royal Hawaiian, I would say,
Hawaii.
is probably my favorite.
Yeah, Hawaii's got some, beautiful courses. And then that's the one thing I don't like about the Hawaiian courses though is the wind. It's like
Yeah, luckily
if you play the beach courses,
Yeah, this one's not on the beach though.
So it wasn't as bad.
This one's in, like, kind of inland. Well, it's from Honolulu's here. You go over the mountain. Royal Hawaiian's here. I forget what the beach is called. It's super pretty. It's one of the best
Yeah,
beaches on the
yeah.
island. My sister just moved to Oahu
Oh dang.
a year or two ago. So that's how I ended up playing this course.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, it literally felt like you were just playing golf in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's pretty
It
cool.
was phenomenal.
Watching your back after every swing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because I do remember the one course I played in Maui, and I don't remember what it was called either, but I just remember aiming like towards the hills, and then it came all the way back, like
Probably like
to the part.
Kapalua
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's Kaanapali.
Oh, Kaanapali, yeah.
But it was the hill course, not the
Yeah.
beach course. But yeah. So yeah, Yocha. I mean, you can't beat Yocha locally. I
No.
mean,
I just wish it was closer.
I do too. I think we'd be there like more than Empire. If
Yeah.
it was closer.
If you're talking about like close, like immediate sack area, I'd have to go with Ansel.
Yeah, they always. It's just so tough though.
It is tough. It's probably one of my favorite and least favorite at the same time.
Yeah,
But it's so pretty. It's always in pretty.
it's in pretty
always
good
in
condition.
pretty
Yeah,
good condition.
there was just like that 6 months where, for whatever reason, I think they fired the super or
Yeah,
whatever.
that
but
was
yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, and when it all burned. All
Yeah.
the grass burned. Not the course, but the grass burned from
Yeah.
overwatering or
And
whatever.
then it just sucks in the fall. But
yeah.
that's why you play the.
yeah.
That's why you play
The-
the galley drop.
Yep. Yeah. Anytime so
The leaves.
great one. Yeah. Ansel Hoffman has a lot of trees, and during fall,
A lot of trees.
Yeah. So we're like probably here in the next, if not now,
Yeah, now to the next month.
yeah, it's the end of December probably. It's just going to be covered with leaves.
Like
and
you miss the
you
fairway,
can't-
or you might even hit the fairway.
Yeah.
And you might not find
You
your
might
ball
still
because
not-
it's
yeah.
under 3
A
inches
pound
of
of- yeah.
leaves. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Or
we play
a pile.
We play the galley drop where if everyone saw where it went, everyone knows it's in. You get clear the leaves, give yourself a shot. You get a free drop.
Yep. Yeah. Now, do you get a free drop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Free drop.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, still kind of a penalty because you're most likely under trees anyway.
Yeah, you still gotta probably punch
still
it or
punch
something,
it, but at least you don't take the lost ball.
yeah.
Because it is pretty bad. I forgot about that one time, and I did invite some people out, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna play Ansel," and they're like, "Right now?" Like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
I was like, "Why?" They're like, "All the leaves right now." I was like, "I didn't even think about
You
that."
just gotta tell me you get a galley drop.
Yeah, like just get a free drop every time. All right, so the final question here, just kind of asking everybody, what is your dream foursome? Could be dead, could be alive.
Ooh,
You know, who
that's a tough
who
one.
would you like to go out with and just have a good time? Or who would you think would be a good
I
time?
mean,
Because obviously
without-
we've never played with
Yeah,
these guys.
I mean that's a tough question, but without thinking, number one has to be Tiger.
Yep. I think it's probably gonna be on everybody's list.
Yeah, there's if you don't say Tiger, you don't like golf.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
you're. Number two, Bryson.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just think he's.
Go ahead.
I think it'd just be fun to see like the power
Yeah.
and just and he's so analytical and just everything. I think you could learn a lot about
Just
the game of golf.
game and
just
how
like,
his brain
he's like, oh,
works.
this
Yeah.
blade of grass is in a 13-degree angle, so it's going to make your ball, so I think you could learn a lot
Yeah.
through Bryson.
And
Homo
do you-
would be fun just so he could roast me the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a pretty good. You were saying that he
On Twitter.
on Twitter people ask him to
Yeah,
rate his
people
swing.
ask him
Yeah.
to
Okay.
rate their
I gotta
swing
check
and
that
he
out.
just roasts them.
Yeah.
But so I would have to say Tiger, Bryson, and for the last and final, I'm going to have to say Trump.
Yeah. Well, he'd be entertaining. I mean, did you watch him and Bryson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
he's-
break 50.
Yeah, the break 50. Yeah, he's
And it just
pretty entertaining.
it was really, and it actually gave you a little insight. Like you see all the everything about Trump.
Mm-hmm.
It was like cool to kind of see like
A more
him just being
person.
yeah,
like
a
a golfer.
person.
Yeah.
But I just think I think the entertainment factor and just the
You definitely have to film.
and he's actually
you definitely have to film that one.
His
And
swing's not the prettiest,
no,
but
his swing
it works.
His swing is garbage, but it works.
It works. I would put if you put me versus him, I'd
Yeah.
have to put money on him.
Yeah, he's like sneaky. I don't know how he.
Yeah.
I don't know how that swing hits.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think
So-
Tiger, Bryson, and Trump would be
You'd have to.
a very entertaining.
You'd have to film it
fun
for sure. Yeah.
18 holes.
Now, if you're playing 2v2, who you?
Bryson.
Oh,
Oh
really?
no!
Oh,
no,
is it
I'm
a
just
Tiger?
kidding, Tiger.
I was like, dang. I thought that was a
Well,
no-brainer.
wait. What
But
are we doing?
just
Tiger
2v2
now?
straight up
Tiger now or
Today.
Tiger?
today.
Today,
I still think
I
Tiger's playing.
I think I'm gonna go with Bryson because I can't drive or shit.
Yeah.
So
So he'd save you there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really seen Tiger play recently, but I don't know. You got to go with the
I
GOAT.
just feel like he's
old.
he's gone. He's just gone 150%
Yeah.
for his whole life. That his
Oh,
body's
Bryson?
just breaking down.
Oh,
No,
Tiger. Yeah.
He's just car accident and everything. I mean, he's still baller by by all means. But I think you give me 2004 Tiger and 100%.
Yeah.
Because I just might have to
2000 to
just blow on the ball.
2006. Yeah.
and, and we're winning.
It's it.
yeah. I probably
You're
just got to show.
I'll just watch.
I got to just clean his club. and we're winning.
Let me get that for you.
Yeah. We're good.
You got it.
I might hit one putt.
Yeah. Yeah. He might maybe need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you give him the read. You give him the read. For sure.
Exactly. Just let me putt first.
Yeah.
I might hit one on the first putt, first try or so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, thank you guys. That's all we have for this week. I want to say thank you to Bryan. Bryan, thank you for coming on. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
having you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to X.Golf. Thank you to Chuck for having us, letting us
Chuck's
film
the
here.
man.
Yes, he is. And then thank you to Gavin, editor. Thank you for everything everybody does for this channel, podcast. And just if you guys like what we're doing, keep listening. Please subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Peace. Bye.